Hello, I'm Martinez. My name is Itzell, and I'll be having my next giveaway when I reach 500 subscribers. I will have questions during the live, and when I reach 450, I'll do the questions again in a premiere. Right now, let's see what palettes are up for grabs this go round. So be sure to share me out to help me get there. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you like it. Good morning, everyone. I'm Martinez. My name is Itzell, and it's Favorite Fridays. We're talking my favorite shows. Well, chatting. So we're on episode 12. Let's ask Siri to pick a number. Siri, pick a number between 1 and 36.
The answer is 26.
We have not done 26. So 26. I'm so happy to pick this number. 26 is Avatar: The Last Airbender. So if you don't know Avatar: The Last Airbender, it's a Nickelodeon anime. And I know it's so funny, like, Nickelodeon anime? What? Like, it is. It's an anime. And it's done by Nickelodeon, and it's really, really good. So, as you can tell by the title, The Last Airbender, he's the Aang, who is the Avatar. He is the last one. So what happened was he was told he was going to be the Avatar. And if you don't know what that means, the Avatar is a spiritual person that they're given abilities. Now, in this world, people have, not everyone, but people have different, like, areas that they live in, and, like, depending on, like, you know, where you live, like, where you're from, your heritage, all that will depict, well, not depict, will determine what powers that you can potentially have. Now, not everybody has powers. So, if you're from the Water Nation, you will be able to waterbend if you're a bender. Now, if you're in the Fire Nation, you bend fire. If you're in the Earth Nation, you bend earth. And if you're an air nomad, you bend air. Now, from what they've shown, it seemed like every person there could bend air. It didn't show any non-benders that I'm aware of. But so Aang was told that he was going to be the next Avatar. And the Avatar is responsible for the entire world, like, for keeping peace. Like, that's what they're there for. And he didn't want it, because it's not something you can just decide, this is what I want to be it, like, volunteer. Like, no, you're chosen. Out of billions of people in the world, one person is chosen, and it was Aang. So he decided to run away, and it was lucky that he did, because when he decided to run away was when the Fire Nation decided to take out all of the airbenders. They thought they eliminated the Avatar, but he was caught in this horrible storm, and I guess his body, trying to protect him, went into the Avatar state, and then he was preserved in ice for 100 years. So throughout this, because all the air nomads were gone and no water Avatar ever came to be, the Fire Nation was eliminating, taking out all the waterbenders. Now, they couldn't get to the North Pole, but they got to the South Pole, and they got almost all of them except for one. Now, the one that they didn't get was Katara, and Katara and her brother Sokka are the ones that discover Aang, and that's where the story begins. Them discovering him and him pursuing becoming the Avatar and embracing it and trying to find teachers because in the world that they lived in, everybody's so scared and suppressed that they're too afraid to go against the Fire Nation, and that's understandable. They burn everything to ash. So it's a very hard time to be in, but I like um that he kept going. They all kept going, no matter how hard things got. Aang, Katara, Sokka, and later on, um, Toph, all of them just kept pushing forward no matter how hard things got for them. And I really love that about the show. I love, you know, that it shows you don't have to be family to love each other and be there for each other like a family. Like they created their own, and they're all like preteens, teenagers, and just out on their own trying to accomplish this goal. And I love that a lot. So I'm gonna be back in a second to tell you my favorite characters. So favorite characters, honestly, Toph. I love Toph, and she's so confident, and you know that's it's not weird, but what's weird is that her family treats her like she's like this little broken doll, or she's as fragile as glass because she's blind. And as far as I know, she was born that way. But um, when she was little, like a toddler, it shows her like really little, like crawling around. Somehow, I'm not sure, I can't remember because it's been a little bit since I watched it from the beginning. If she got lost, you know, I think she did, but she was found, I guess, by badger moles, and badger moles are blind, but they're also earthbenders, and they see by feeling, they see by vibration. So that's how she learned to earthbend. She has to be barefoot so she can feel the ground, and that's how she can earthbend. And I think that that is so cool, and I love that they show just because you technically have a disability that you can still do stuff and you can still get stuff done and you can still kick butt. And you know, I love that. I love that she's so confident in herself, and that she's very tough, and it sounds like her name, Tough. And you know, because she's so tough, she's not gentle at all when it comes to Aang. He's used to being like coddled like by Katara, so that's a little bit of an adjustment because he's very rough around the edges. Um, so yeah, she doesn't understand like, you know, being extra patient with people, and you know, it's a it's a bit of an experience, you know, learning how to work with each other. So I love Toph. And my next favorite character, you don't see her a lot throughout the show, but it's definitely Suki. Suki is one of my other favorite characters. Now, Suki is a Kyoshi warrior. She's the leader of the Kyoshi warriors. She's very brave. She's a good leader. She's very confident. And she's not a bender. And I like that she shows you you don't have to be a bender to be a warrior, to be confident, to be able to get stuff done. Like, I love that. I love showing that just because, you don't have a special ability, it doesn't mean, you know, that you're not important and you're not valuable. Like, you are, and you can do whatever you want. Besides bed. But yeah. So I love that. I love her. So let's see. Uncle Iroh. I love Uncle Iroh, and honestly, I'm not sure if this is why he is part of the way he is with Zuko, but part of me feels like because he lost his son, and a lot of people would always praise his son and tell him, he's such a great war hero and will always remember him and this and that and all these things. But for him, he would want his child. He didn't care if his child got praised or not. He just wants his child, but he can't have his child. His child's gone. So when his brother just threw Zuko, his nephew, out like trash, like nothing, I think it spoke volumes to him, and he's like, no, I'm going with you. I'm gonna have your back. I'm always gonna be there for you. I'm always gonna help you. I'm always gonna guide you. I'm always gonna be in your corner. I love that he was like that for Zuko because Zuko didn't have the parental figure in his life, and his uncle became that. His uncle became the father figure. And maybe it was that. Maybe it was that he lost his son and Zuko lost his father. His own choice, right? His father's own choice. And, like, I don't know if he wanted to fill the void or, he just loved his nephew so deeply, if it was the whole, you know, losing his child changed his look on life and he truly learned how to cherish life. So I'm not sure which way it is, but he definitely cherishes life so much and he looks at things so differently. And I believe he was a general. So it's interesting after the loss of his son how much he had changed and how different he sees the world. And he always tried to support Zuko as best he could and, try to get him to see things differently versus the way his father wants him to see things. And it took a lot of time, but eventually Zuko woke up and Zuko saw the truth and how things really were. And yeah, another one of my favorite characters is actually Zuko because I love characters that have redemption arcs. I love characters that show you're capable of change. Like, it doesn't matter how many crappy things you did in the past. If you are really sorry for what you did, you can turn things around and change it and be better. And Zuko shows that. And yeah, like he showed early on that he wanted it, but he was just very conflicted. But eventually he changed his ways and he became a better person, and I love that. I really do. So I think that's all for my favorite characters. Least favorite characters, definitely Fire Lord Ozai. I don't like him. He is Zuko and Azula's father. Azula is Zuko's little sister, 2 years younger, I believe, and he's horrible. He's a warmonger. He cares only about power. He doesn't care about his children. He uses them as pawns. I don't like that. I don't like that you're so blinded by getting more power you just lose focus of what really matters. Like, so yeah, I don't like him one bit. Let's see, what other least favorite characters do I have? Azula. Azula's right behind her father. It's the same way. She just cares about power and recognition, and that's it. She doesn't care about people. She acts like she has friends, but if they got in her way, she'll discard them like nothing. So, yeah, definitely not a fan of Violet Ozai and Azula. Let's see, is there anybody else? There are little ones here and there, but I can't remember their names really. Those are my two main least favorite characters. So, what do I dislike about the show? I dislike how um just the Fire Nation lost it. Like they just ran mad with power, and I hate that. I hate that they put so many people, like, how do you describe it, in a position to be oppressed is the best way I can describe it. They oppressed so many people. It was so sad and heartbreaking, and of course I didn't like what they did to the airbenders, the air nomads. Like, they were so peaceful and so kind. The only thing was that the next avatar was going to be an airbender. That was it. Like, seriously, you were just going to eliminate every other kind of bender that there is, just so there'd be no avatar that wasn't a firebender? Like, come on now. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand that. I don't understand genocide. And I don't want to. That's what I disliked about the show. Why would I recommend the show to another person? Honestly, it's so much fun. It's a very happy, uplifting show for the most of it. It has some heavy moments, and but through it all, through sticking together, you didn't feel as lonely as you would. And they the team in Katara, Sokka, Toph, like, they accomplished what they needed to accomplish. They changed things and they shifted the balance back to, where it can be how it was, where it's, working together and not like splitting people up. So I like that. And I think, you know, it's a really great show. And also, there's a live action on Netflix. So the live action basically goes over the first book. Now each season is called a book. So definitely at least watch the first book if you're interested of the cartoon, and then go to the live action like right after. You won't be disappointed. Trust me. I hope you have a fabulous Friday. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Bye for now.